What you are about to see is my views, explained through the eyes of two men who were important through the 60s. Two men who changed the world forever. Before you see Barack Obama and John McCain's ideas, listen to what these two have to say.
The United States, as the world knows, will never start a war. We do not want a war. We do not now expect a war. This generation of Americans has already had enough, more than enough, of war and hate and oppression. We shall be prepared if others wish it. We shall be alert to try to stop it. But we shall also do our part to build a world of peace where the weak are safe and the strong are just. We are not helpless before that task or hopeless of its success. Confident and unafraid, we must labor on, not towards a strategy of annihilation, but towards a strategy of peace. What kind of a peace do I mean, and what kind of a peace do we seek? Not a Pax Americana, enforced on the world by American weapons of war. Not the peace of the grave or the security of the slave. I am talking about genuine peace, the kind of peace that makes life on earth worth living, the kind that enables men and nations to grow and to hope and build a better life for their children. Not merely peace for Americans, but peace for all men and women. Not merely peace in our time, but peace in all time.
Bulletin from CBS News. In Dallas, Texas, 3 shots were fired at President Kennedy's motorcade in downtown Dallas. The first reports say that President Kennedy has been seriously wounded by this shooting. This is Walter Cronkite in our newsroom, and there has been an attempt, as perhaps you know now, on the life of President Kennedy. He was wounded in an automobile driving from Dallas Airport into downtown Dallas, along with Governor Connolly of Texas. They've been taken to Parkland Hospital there, where their condition is as yet unknown. After that shooting incident, of course, pandemonium broke out. The Secret Service men, well trained in their job, immediately began fanning out into the crowd, looking for the assassin.
We're a family, you know. There's Yoko and I married, and we have a child, and we want that child to have a good future. You have the power, you know, you have the vote. Just show your neighbors that you're trying to be peaceful, however hard it is. It's hard for us all. Just pass the word about it. Just give it a thought, you know. Just have one word, peace in the window. And even if you don't exactly know why you're putting it in the window, it can't harm you. Then you come across other people that have put peace in the window. They were hoping for peace, you know, and we're all together on this thing. We all want peace, whatever sort of job we have. But on a local level, you can do a lot, you know. You really can. And all we got to say is, just think of your children, you know. Do you want them to be killed or don't you? And that's the choice we have in front of us. War or peace.
Is ABC News Nightline. Reporting from Washington, Ed Koppel.
Good evening. If you've been anywhere near a television set or a radio these past few hours, you already know that John Lennon of the Beatles is dead. He was shot late this evening in front of his apartment building in New York City. Apparently, he was killed almost immediately. The man who shot John Lennon walked up to the musician as he was leaving his limousine. According to eyewitnesses, he said, "Mr. Lennon," and then fired at him point blank at least 5 times.
Now that Lennon and Kennedy are dead, and they both stood for freedom and peace, it is time for me to find somebody else who can share similar thoughts as Lennon and Kennedy put together did. I believe Barack Obama is that person. If anybody believes in peace and knows what it's like, it's Barack Obama. This is my video on war and peace.
Al-Qaeda is resurgent. The national intelligence estimates this week indicated that we are less safe. Al-Qaeda has regrouped. They are stronger than ever before. Let me tell you something. As President of the United States, I will spend all my days thinking about how to keep you safe. But part of how I'm going to do that is making sure that we're fighting on the right battlefields instead of the wrong battlefields. It's time for us to shift our strategy.
Personally, I think that if I were to believe for 1 second that Barack Obama wouldn't salute the American flag, which I don't know for sure because I did not see it myself, I still wouldn't want to have a president who salutes the Confederate flag.
Straight talk. I went down to South Carolina and said that the flag that was flying over the state capitol, which was a Confederate flag, was that I shouldn't be involved in it. It was a state issue. It's an act of cowardice.
Now that you have seen both sides, John McCain's, Barack Obama's, and even mine, who would you pick? I'm going to finish up this video by showing you the rest of what John McCain has to say.
Please start over. President Bush has talked about our staying in Iraq for 50 years.
Maybe 100.
Is that
we've been in South Korea. We've been in Japan for 60 years. We've been in South Korea for 50 years or so. That'd be fine with me, as long as Americans are not being injured or harmed or wounded or killed. It's fine with me. I hope it would be fine with you if we maintain a presence in a very volatile part of the world where Al-Qaeda is training, recruiting, and equipping and motivating people every single day.
I promise to tell the truth always about my intentions and my beliefs.
Straight talk.
Straight talk. A little straight talk.
The success will be fairly easy.
I believe that we can win an overwhelming victory in a very short period of time.
Easy. It was easy.
The American people were led to believe that this would be some kind of a day at the beach, which many of us fully understood from the beginning would be a very, very difficult undertaking.
I knew it was probably going to be long and hard and tough, and those that voted for it and thought that somehow it was going to be some kind of an easy task, then I'm sorry they were mistaken. Maybe they didn't know what they were voting for.